here. The blessed right. Let's see here. This right. Get this here working. Hey, won't be on here long now. Hopefully, won't be on here long. I was just on my Instagram, so Instagram has rolled out subscriptions, and so one of the parts of being a content creator is you kind of got to work all these different networks. Now, ironically, I saw a couple people who are in the Blessed Tribe who have subscribed to Instagram. And that just blows me away. Joya, one of them. Joya just was over there on Instagram with me. I guess that's the benefits, Joya, of not having kids. You ain't got kids, do you? Of not having kids and just being able to do what you want to do. You over there on Instagram and now you over here on YouTube, and I need to have me a supporter hall of fame to induct some people into the supporter hall of fame. Thank you to the new members. Now I've been all over the place. It's summertime, so the kids is out of school, and we were just at MIT. My son's inventions team at school won a grant. It was only 8 schools in the country that got this grant, and so they were there to, you know, present their invention, and it was pretty cool. And I love Boston. Nah, I love Boston. I don't know if I could afford to live there because of the food so good, but that Boston, I ate at a place called Tony's and Elaine's because my name Tony and my mother-in-law name is Elaine. So we went to a place called Tony's and Elaine's, or Tony and Elaine's, and that food was good. I had a shrimp scampi pasta. That pasta was good. And I had some garlic bread, but it was their kind of, they made their own garlic bread and they put some cheese on it. Man, they had some mozzarella sticks. Look here. And the little area, all the Uber drivers was calling it Little Italy. And it looked like Italy on the main street. It looked a little bit like Italy. And I was like, wow, this is interesting. And I'm like, you know, they need, why we ain't got no little Africa? I mean, I get it. Well, I don't know if Africa too big or just too many cultures over there, and they feel like the Igbos and the Yoruba gonna be fighting or something. But we got Chinatown and we got little Italy. I'm like, can we have a little Africa in the middle of a city somewhere and have some fufu or whatever they eat out there? There go Lisa. Thank you. Didn't have to do that, but I appreciate you. Hey, Lisa, now I was gonna send you an invoice, but I didn't have the time. I didn't have your email. Thank you for that blessing. I was gonna send you an invoice. I was about to ask my wife. I was gonna say, baby, should I charge her $500 for the promo? But I said it in my head, but I didn't say it out my mouth. And the Lord said, no, she done went out the way to make these glow butters. She's showing you that she listening to the videos. Because we did videos about gifts and purpose. And we did videos about streams of income. And Lisa jumped out there and made her glow butters. And that touched me. You know, that's entrepreneurship. That's entrepreneurship. I just formulated me some products that I was talking about on the subscribers on Instagram, and then y'all see what I'm talking about. Instagram subscribers. I think we only got one of them on here. How I told y'all I can't talk about everything everywhere. See, this more people. YouTube, everybody and their mama can watch this, not just Blessed Tribe people. Only the Blessed Tribe can comment, but anybody can watch this. So the product that I just told y'all about over there on Instagram, I can't mention it over here on YouTube because YouTube don't have it set up where I could easily just do a live for members only. And then this membership is the Blessed Tribe. Now the Blessed Business Tribe is $9.99. But the Blessed Tribe is $1.99. So a spectator, a hater, a imitator, a duplicator, all of those type of people will spend that $1.99 to come and get some trade secrets, some brand secrets, some behind the scenes. So I can't share everything, but at certain price points, then you know the person is serious, or at least you like the hope. But I done seen it's been people who done spent good money to steal from me, and it's crazy to see it. It's crazy to see it, but spent good money to get behind closed doors, like on TonyGassinsAcademy.com, to steal from you, and it's crazy. So that's the benefit of these memberships. But YouTube, what y'all need to do, YouTube, is have it on the app where when I log in, I could set my audience to members only. I think they still got it in beta, because if they took it out of beta, they ain't notify us. But then Instagram then came in, and they got it to where when I hit live and I get ready to go live, I then could click the audience and I could set the audience to subscribers only. And I like that. Instagram can't do that. I mean, YouTube can't do that. But I just wanted to pop in because I've been gone, and some people thought I was, something was wrong with me, or what have you. It's called Glow Butters, is what they said. Now, did Lisa tell you it's Gloria Butters? Now, it might be Gloria Butters now, because, okay, you put glow on there. Okay. Share telling y'all about TonyGassinsAcademy.com. Now, the coupon code is blessed. It's for Father's Day and Juneteenth, and you get 50% off of the course. And you got to make sure that you put in the coupon code, but it's for this weekend, 50% off. Glow Butter. And I'm going to try it too now. I asked my wife to try it, but she said she got to take off all her rings because she don't like to get the, lotions caught up in the little holes on the rings. But I'm going to try it out. And because somebody else sent me some. Now, I don't know if this is from TikTok or from Instagram, but I'm noticing people making the body butters. And that's amazing. It's a great start too. And as y'all get them where you want them to be, I think that's an easy sell, because you can sell them in your city. You can go to church and just bless people with them. And essentially you becoming, Karen, God bless you now. Essentially you becoming like Mary Kay. So, you put that butter on somebody and they like it on their hand, and then they coming back to you next month for another jar for that $10. Next thing you know, you get your 100 clients or 1,000 clients, and everybody's spending $10 a month. And then on your website, if you take and put the picture of the butter, and up under that butter picture, have it for sale, put a button where you can buy it, but also if you're using PayPal to check out, you can have a subscription button. So you can have a subscription button for $9.99 a month, to where they getting that same cent every month. And they may not be out of it, but next month they may give it to their sister or their brother, their grandma, their auntie. But some people will sign up for that subscription just to support you. And then some people like their stuff to be on a regular, be coming in. And so, you know, that's something you could do when y'all creating these products like that, especially products that run out. And it's always good to have it. And so with PayPal, you're able to create a button. And when you go into your PayPal account and you click on the tools and you click on create a button, it lets you select what type of button: add to cart button, buy now button, or a subscription button. So when you make that subscription, and I used to use PayPal as a checkout for my website, and I would do subscriptions sometimes or payment plans for certain courses. And that's something you could do. And one thing I've learned about subscriptions is it's a good thing because, people will support you and they just want to be on there, and it's just automatic. And what I tell people, whenever you sign up for a subscription, if you have a credit card, do it on that credit card, because for one, you getting points if you use credit cards. Now, Dave and them don't use credit cards, but if you use credit cards, for one, you getting points, but then two, if that card maxed out, it ain't gonna go through. When you use your debit card, that subscription go through, and now you're getting an overdraft charge if you with a bank that charge overdraft. So I used to have a $4 subscription and a be broke. That $4 come out, and I had my bank used to charge $35. So now that $4 subscription cost me $39 that month, and I was broke to begin with. I said, Lord. But my credit was bad, so I ain't have no credit cards. So now if I do a subscription, it's on a credit card. So that way, if I done hit my budget on that card, it did not. So that's something to think about. And right now, I'm telling y'all, this right here is this live here dedicated to Lisa, because Lisa sent me those body butters. Now listen, if you just hopped in the Blessed Tribe, don't think you joined the Blessed Tribe today, then finna send me a body butter tomorrow and it's gonna get posted. I know Lisa Smiles because I done seen her name over and over and over and over. Y'all see what color her badge is. It's that magenta, which I don't know what color magenta is, but that sounds good, so we're gonna use it. But she got a magenta badge. Now, when you see people have a green badge, that means they a little more new. But Lisa got the magenta. I think the red is you been here the longest. And so don't hop off the porch and send me a product and things gonna get posted now, because your feelings gonna be hurt. And this the thing, when you got a good heart, ain't nothing being taken from me. I give where the Lord say give. And the Lord moved me to post Lisa Glow Butters to the Blessed Tribe. The Lord ain't moved me to post it to the whole YouTube. The Lord moved me to post it to the Blessed Tribe. You see what I mean? So I'm obedient to where the Lord tell me to post. Now, the Lord may say this person sending in with motives, don't post this one. They wasn't even part of the group. They just overheard the conversation as they were passing by on YouTube and figured they finna play the game and get them some free promo. No. So the Lord gonna let me know. Now, Lisa wrote on there, I am not asking for a shout out. And I almost took up on that and said, okay, I'm gonna see if you meant that. But the Lord said, no, go on, post it, because it's showing other people that the people on here actually doing the work. A lot of times people think that we just be on here just talking, just running your mouth, but it's people out here actually working on their 3 B's. And if you don't know what the 3 B's is, it's the brain, the brand, and the body. And so the brain, that's watching the videos every day. You feeding your mind, you growing, you reading, you studying. The brand, that's your streams of income. That's your business and your body. Now, Nurse Mo, you on the Blessed Tribe. So when you go to my page and you go to the main page, you slide over, you see community. You click on the community page. I posted the link to Lisa website, but she could post it on here as well. But I posted a link on there. And so every now and then, y'all make sure when you come in to set your notifications. So when I post on the community page, you'll get notified. And thank you to the moderators. God bless you. And you'll get notified. And so Lisa's selling her product on her website, I believe. I did not visit the website, but I got the product and it had a website on there. So I'd imagine Lisa's selling it on the website. And here's the thing. A lot of times we say, and the reason why, and the link could be wrong, and Lisa, and that might be a life lesson if Lisa's site down now. If Lisa's site down, that might be a life lesson. If Lisa's site down, but the site was kind of long, so I could have a typo in it. And that's another lesson, Lisa. What you probably want to do is get the domain glowbutter.com or glowbutters.com. Now, Acacia says it's not down. And if those is taken, one of the things that I always tell people too is, so Joya done went and supported. Now, one thing about Joya, that sister, they're going to be blessed. Joya going to be blessed. That sister be supporting. And that's one of the things too why I post people. Because remember, I titled this group the Blessed Tribe intentionally. If you notice in the Bible, there's a meaning to every name. I titled this the Blessed Tribe intentionally and that's why I posted Lisa product to the Blessed Tribe. Because y'all remember the fake Blessed Circle that some of y'all signed up in for $1,400? Y'all remember the scam? Because 2 of my homeboys came to me talking about it. The Blessed Circle. I said, Lord. One of my homeboys, he was like, yeah, I'm in the Blessed Circle. And so we on a conference call and they talking about the Blessed Circle gonna be coming to an end. That they gonna have to end it. He said I had to get off mute and go in there. Hold on. How you finna end this? How you finna end this right when it's coming up to be my turn? Because my turn coming up. You can't end it right now because I'm trying to buy a house. So he joined the Blessed Circle because you put in $1,400, and then when it's your turn, I think they said they were gonna get 11,000 or 14. That thing, y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. Woo, Lord. Y'all forgive me. That thing tickled me. Y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me. That thing tickled me, boy. I say, hold on. You put in 1,400 and they're gonna give you 11,000. I say, listen, I ain't want to make nobody child feel bad. So I just was like, oh, all right, yeah, all right. And as my homeboy, he was asking me to join it. I said, bro, I ain't gonna be able to do that. That's better than the stock market. I wouldn't be on the stock market if that was a thing. If I could put in $1,400 and get 11,000, I'm sure one or two people got it just so they could keep it going. And then my mama go to a church. She had a woman in the church doing it. I say, Mama, if you don't get your money out of there. She said, yeah, if they got a thing in the church to where you put in $200 into the group and you do it every month until you done put in $800. And then when it's your turn, you're going to get blessed out. I say, you're not finna get no money out of there. I said, Mama, get your money out of there. I say, that woman and her husband got y'all money in an account growing for them. And they getting interest. They showing that account to get into their house, because you got to show an account with some money sitting there and all of that. I say, man, we used to be so money hungry. And I just saw today that there was people on, y'all know in the comments what people be saying, they use my picture and they use my name. But if you click it, it's a page. It got no subscribers. It got no subscribers on there. And what is it? Alright. Now some of y'all saying Susu. I don't know what Susu is. But I know the Blessed Tribe now. But I'm not the Blessed Tribe. It's called the Blessed Circle or something, what they were calling it. And how they posting, oh, do your crypto or write me on WhatsApp. And it's sad because some people fall for it. And I just seen on the news, and I think it was, I don't know if the pyramid got prosecuted because I don't know who started it, but I think it's just probably too much going on. Like the state probably like, man, we got too many cases to be worrying about the minorities scamming each other. Nah, if it was, y'all forgive me now, but if it was a lot of Caucasians getting scammed, it probably will go ahead and go. And it may be going. But when it's minorities getting scammed, yeah, we'll shut it down. But we ain't got no time and money to be prosecuting these people. But now I just seen the multi-level marketing company, FES, that do the credit repair, say they got to go to court for the money that they doing for the credit repair. I say, man, these folk cracking down. And so listen, when I seen that they posted on LinkedIn, and so y'all got to be careful of this. Listen, don't give nobody your money to invest for you, or don't get in nothing to where you put some money in here and you're gonna get some money back and when it's your turn. Get you on a stock investing app and buy you some stocks. Like, just take the long road. Do you know, I seen on the news and it was trending on Twitter that there are scams on LinkedIn where they telling people to invest in Bitcoin, and people they first sending them to a legitimate app, probably one of these apps, legitimate apps, Coinbase or something. Then it say they're then having them transfer all their money to an account that's controlled by the scammer, or like a website that's controlled by the scammer. And the lady was on there crying. I think she said 188 or 288,000. But then the video went on. They got a support group now, and they saying what they lost. One lady said, and it was the first few they shown was Asian women. Now, the man in me first was like, Hold on now. Y'all fellas out here sleeping on these Asian women now. These women sitting on a bag. Oh, my goodness, y'all around here chasing these Instagram models. So first it was 3 or 4 Asian women, and they had a strong accent. And one said 288,000. Another one said 3 million she lost. Another one said 2 million she lost. I'm like, my goodness. You must be in the Jung Yoon family. Kim Jong Un. What's the man over there? Because I'm like, man, who you had $3 million to put into Bitcoin? So at that point, I went and looked at my wife side-eyed, like, I'm gonna have to make a move. But I just was blown away that it was people who have that much money to invest into Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, though, it comes down not to stupidity, it comes down to greed. Because you're trying to come up. Because why would you put $3 million into a cryptocurrency? It's like, come on now. So listen, y'all be careful with these people that are writing you on the messages in the comments on here and on LinkedIn, and don't give your money to nobody unless you going to a real institution. You going up to Bank of America and you sitting in the Merrill Lynch or whatever bank you with, and you looking them in the eyes. I'm even, a billionaire told me, he said, unless you got $10 million to invest, you should not be working with a financial manager or financial advisor. He said, because when you give that person your money, you're paying for his family vacations. He said, unless you finna be moving some real money, he said, use a robo-investor like betterment.com. And Betterment, send me a check. Somebody clip this and send this to Betterment on Instagram DM. Betterment, send me a check. And so that's what a billionaire told me. Now, they at a level to where they're using financial managers, financial advisors because of the amount of money they're doing. And so you got to have a little more than a robo investor. But these robo investors like betterment.com, they set up to where, and even Vanguard got their own app now. Got the app. Vanguard got 2 apps, Fidelity, all these different, to where you could go in and just, set some things up, get some knowledge, but it's you controlling it. I remember I talked to a financial advisor and he said, yeah, Tony, all you got to say to me is, hey, I want to send X amount of dollars to such and such. And he said, I'm just going to go in there and as soon as he said that, and I said to myself, oh, so he think he going to have access to my money. He's saying he finna be sending a transfer for me. Oh, yeah, all right. Great me. All right. Great me. All right. That's the last he heard from me. Because I'm like, no, but ain't nobody. After they did that documentary, that 30 for 30 called Broke, and I seen all them multi-millionaires go broke because they financial advisor or they CPA and all of that. No, You tell me where the certified site is, Vanguard, who is 200 years old, Charles Schwab, I need one of those. Okay, you could sit beside me, tell me how to work the site, and then I will log in with my password that only I know, and I will do what you have told me to do, and I will set this on auto so that $100 a week going into my Roth IRA or my IRA, and Then with that Roth IRA, I have that going into that VSIAX or VFIAX or whatever fund that I'm investing in, and that's on auto, and it's with Vanguard or somebody reputable like that. But listen here, Playboy, I'm not giving you access to my account or sending you no money to no account for you to go and invest, because you're a human. You can't trust humans. We cannot trust humans. We trust humans as far as we could see each other. I don't ask nobody to trust me further than you could see me. If it's further than you could see me, I got to give you screenshots. I got to give you records. I got to give you logins. Sophia put VTSAX. And listen, I did that with VTSAX when the market was good, and I had a 24% return. I think it was in 2020. I say, oh, okay, this here. And you know who I got that thing from? Was from YouTube. The couple. Now they're a little extreme for me because they like to live around the country, but it's a black couple. Our Rich Journey, I think it was. But they tell you what they invest in. So I do stuff like that. I go get the knowledge for myself. Then I go get on the site. I look it up. I read about it. I learn it. I manage my investments. Because listen, I could live with my loss. I can't live with somebody else's loss. Somebody else lose me some money, I'm going to be ready to take a life. And I got to be here for my family. So you got to know what you could tolerate. And Lord knows I'll be ready to do life. If I done sent, Lord knows I'm going to do life. If I done send a substantial amount of money to somebody, I'm going to be like Liam Neeson on Taken. I will find you. And so when I seen them people on LinkedIn lost 3 million, 2 million, then they had some men on there. It was trending on Twitter. Go Google LinkedIn scam. It should come up for you. And I want y'all to read about this stuff and learn about this stuff so that, because let me tell you, we're gonna get money hungry in this here recession. People are gonna be money hungry in this recession. There's gonna be a lot of scams going on. Even with your wallet, you need to have that RFID on there, I think it's called, so that when they can't scan your cards. See, this here got that thing in there where they can't scan my cards. But you got to be real careful, and you got to make sure you're using a card that got fraud protection, because listen, things about to get real out here. It's about to get real because with this inflation, these gas prices going up, all the food, everything going up. I went through KFC because my oldest son, he liked the Nashville hot tenders. I think 5 tenders, because he didn't want fries, because he called himself watching his physique. But I know it's, you eating KFC, how you watching your physique, but he young. So he ain't want the fries or the soda. So I said, just give me the 5 tenders. He said, sir, this ain't gonna make sense to you, but the tenders alone are more expensive than the meal. I said, well, I don't want the meal because I don't want the soda. I don't want the fries. I don't want to waste the fries and the soda. For them 5 tenders, I think it was $20. I think it was $20. I say, so listen, if you live in a city where y'all got jack boys, y'all got scammers, you got to move careful. You got to move a little wiser. You got to be careful, because with what's going on, they done crack back on them SBA loans. SBA say they out of money for the PPP loans and the EIDL loans. So the scammers getting shut down. Some of the scammers going to prison. And The grocery is costing. The gas is costing. It's about to get on robbery, about to come back in style. On robbery, credit card scamming about to go up. These scammers, they don't have droughts. They adapt. Whatever going on in the world, they adapt, and they finna come up with a new scam. So you got to be careful. You got to be wise. You got to move wisely. Um, it was somebody, a scammer told me the hardest cards to scam is American Express and Bank of America. Well, they scamming them too. They getting them too. I was looking at one of my cards one day. I'm like, well, who ordered $230 worth of sushi in Pembroke Pines, Florida? I don't live in Pembroke Pines, Florida. I called the sushi place. I say, yeah, did somebody order $230 worth of sushi? They say, yeah, we had a $230 worth of sushi order come in. I said, well, who ordered that? They say, well, the name on the order come from online. The name on the order say Adam. I say, what, did they come get the food? I'm like, hold on. I had to call my card. I ain't gonna say what bank it was, because the scammer's watching this. I had to call my card and get a refund. Get that. But it was a credit card. They ordered $170 worth of sushi, then $230 worth of sushi. So I wrote my private jet guy. He never responded because he down there in that area. I said, hey, because I done sent him my card numbers to book the plane a couple times. So hey, it was some sushi ordered down there on my card. Hey, I'll be accusatory. I'm on a text message, and the only person got a picture of my card number is you. And they got an office down there working. So I say, I wonder if this boy done use my card to order some sushi online and figure, oh, I guess because if I got enough to book a private jet that I ain't gonna notice this 170. No, I'm not like that. I ain't that type of person. I pay attention to every dime. But I got the money back. And then on another card, somebody, listen to what they did now. They took and created a shell company. And they charged my card $2,430. And I called the bank who the card with, the company who the card with, and I said, yeah, my card was charged to this company for $2,430. I ain't order that. And they say, oh yeah, well, it say this the company right here. Say the company based in Atlanta. Here go the phone number. I call the company. I say, hey, did y'all have an order come in for $2,400? And she say, let me check. She said, no, I don't see that. And she said, well, let me talk to such and such, and let me talk to such and such. We're gonna give you a call back. They call me back. She say, Tony, we never had an order come in for $2,430. And she said, when you said that number, it was kind of alarming to me, because she said our product, it was a medical devices company. She said our products start at $25,000. So when you said $2,430, I was like, well, what could that be? The company was based in Atlanta, but the card. So what the scammer did, I don't know really what the scammer did, but I think what they did, for it to show up on the account online as this company, their phone number, their website, that they had to go and create a fictitious name like a DBA and get an account with Square or PayPal or whoever to charge my card, but it's going to their bank account. So I guess they got the money, but when the bank gave me my money back, they probably pulled it back from them, and now that company probably trying to go after them, and I don't know if they vanish in the wind or if they eventually prosecute them, but it's big though. And so with gas being where it's at, which I'm gonna have to try to like, man, do we have anybody that could talk to Joe and Kamala? My 15-year-old told me, he said, Daddy, the gas prices is higher because Donald Trump was getting gas from our land, but Biden don't want to drill on U.S. land, U.S. soil. So Biden getting the gas from overseas, and they dictate the prices, and the price gonna go up and down, and that's why the gas is up. That's what my 15-year-old told me. Me, I don't know why it is the way it is, or if that's even true, but it made sense to me. I say, you know what? They did say Trump was a businessman, so if he drilling over there in Texas, and that's what we using, and then Biden getting it from Afghanistan or whoever, it makes sense to me. But I know I went to get gas because I had to get 93, and it was $5.60. I say, wow, $5.60. And listen, I got my wife a vehicle, a SUV, and it drank a lot of gas. And my son's school, and their practice is away from us. So my wife had to fill up like every 2 days. She filling up 2 or 3 times a week, and it take $100 to fill up. So that's $300 a week. That's $1,200 a month for gas. 87 is $6 in Chicago. My goodness. They got to be paying y'all good. And see, this is the thing. The gas is up there, but are they giving you a raise on the job? And see, in Chicago, I'll be trying to get out of Chicago. If the price is up there like that in Chicago, listen, I'll be tapping into IRA and moving to Texas, because Chicago, that's Chirac. That's Chirac up there. You ain't gonna be able to go in certain neighborhoods in a month or two. In Chicago, no. I got to get out of Chirac. Lil Durk them up there. Chief Keef them up there. 300. I got to get out of there. I'm going to Texas. You get me? Somewhere. Georgia, somewhere. I got to get out of Chirac. When them prices going up, listen, they finna start kicking in doors up there. Now, see, that's what I'm thinking about, going electric. But see, I got this Dodge, and that Dodge engine is hard to, I can't let that engine go. Whew, that engine be sounding good. And so this the thing. So shout out to Lisa, because Lisa created her Glow Butters. And I posted it on the community page of the Blessed Tribe, because that's a stream of income. And it sounded like Joya ordered some butters, some of the Glow Butters. And it might only be a couple of orders. But there's the thing. Is the reason why I post stuff sometimes. I don't post all of it. But the reason why I post stuff sometimes is to give people an opportunity to sow a seed. Because we start stuff and we say, why nobody supporting me? Why nobody supporting me? And I used to be that person. I ain't support nobody. I ain't buy nothing from nobody. And then when I started doing business, I'm like, man, why I ain't getting no support? And the Lord whispered to me, because you don't support nobody. So I changed my life. Now, this is over a decade ago. I changed my life. I just started buying random stuff. I started randomly supporting people. And because I'm like, you got to sow a seed if you want to reap a harvest. And so that's why I post stuff like that, because although it's money, but you want that to come back around to you when you start your company. And now listen, now I was talking to somebody who's starting a company, and she said she want to order her stuff from Africa, and she don't want to order it from Asia. And I, for whatever reason, but me, I ain't got nothing against Asia. So I go on Alibaba. And I get on Alibaba and I order my stuff wholesale if I want to sell something. And it get over here. It get over here. And so at this stage, with what we going into, now I know I talk about love and relationships, but I told y'all I'm focused on life, love, and business. The well-balanced life. I want everybody to be well-rounded. So don't put me in a box until I'm going in the ground. So don't come over here, oh, you don't supposed to be talking about relationships. No, I'm gonna talk about what the Lord tell me to talk about. But listen, we getting ready to go into a recession. Okay? Them stocks looking like shoe sizes. And we getting ready to go into a recession. That cryptocurrency done crash. I say, my goodness. I'm glad that I pretty much cashed out of Bitcoin because I had gotten in Bitcoin when it was $3,000. And I pretty much cashed out when it was 57,000. I looked the other day. I said, Lord, I'm glad you gave me a unction in my spirit to sell majority, all of my Bitcoin at 57,000 because it's at 18,947 right now. Now imagine if yes, I got in at 3,000, but then I bought a whole one in December of 2020 or 21. It was one of those of 2020. I had bought another whole coin because they said it was gonna go up, and I paid 18,500 for it, and so I was in that Bitcoin, and then I sold majority when I seen that 60. I thought it was gonna keep going up, but then it was fluctuating. So at 57, I sold majority of it. And I still held, got in it and stayed in some just in case it did go to 200,000 or 500,000, but only what I could afford to lose. Now imagine if I sold at 57,000, had I not sold and I just was holding and then back down to 19,000, my feelings would be hurt. Now it's probably gonna go back up because now the billionaires and the millionaires who got money to waste, they might come in and buy up here soon, but you never know. But I say that to say, with this right here crashing, and a lot of times this cryptocurrency emulate the stock market. A lot of times they pretty much down at the same time. People be talking about, oh, this the safer route and all of this. Well, you see that crypto is down. And so, and them NFTs, people paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in NFT, and the NFTs ain't selling. They can't sell them NFTs. And so, because they bought a picture and it have no utility. So now when I release my NFTs, it's gonna have a utility, like a 15-minute call or spend a day with me, or go to Tom Brady game in my suite with me. It's gonna have a utility to where you could be talking about whatever it is you want to talk about and getting some feedback and, getting something out of that NFT instead of just having a digital picture. But right now is the time that y'all need to be thinking about what Lisa did. So, and I just put on TonyGassesAcademy.com. And the reason why I make stuff so cheap is because although it's valuable, sometimes I don't feel right charging $100 for the streams of income course because I shot it on my cell phone with a hat on. So it just didn't feel right charging $100. So I made it $10. So on Tony Gasson's Academy, I just did a streams of income course to teach you how to add streams of income. And you gotta do some thinking and you gotta think outside the box a little bit. But this is the season where you need to do whatever it is you could do. Because a lot of times when there's a famine, God people still have a feast because he either had you put up or he give you something that's gonna sell in the famine. So what you have to do, and so what you have to do is like what Lisa did. Lisa could take that body butter, and now some people gonna buy it just to support, and some people gonna buy it for retail therapy, and some people gonna buy it so that they could copy it. Some people gonna buy it because it inspired them, and they say, "Oh, Lisa, my church member, did the body butter. I want to do hair oil," and so they just get it just inspiration. But any and everything could sell. You could sell a splinter to a tree in the forest if it's the right day. And I say that to say is you never know. That's why the good book say try your hand at 7 different things because you don't know what's gonna take off. Like you can't just sit on your gifts. You got to invest in yourself and you gotta make it happen because whatever you selling is it can go. Because when you walk up to somebody like young lady today came up to me, she's selling chocolate. It was 97 degrees. I say, well, that ain't no chocolate bar no more. That's a smoothie. Chocolate, that ain't no smoothie either. That's fondue. Nah, you selling fondue, sister. It was a young lady, but I ain't have any cash on me. But what that made me do is stop by the ATM and get some cash. Cause I'm like, man, Tony, you gotta have some cash on you. This young lady, she out here in 97-degree heat selling chocolate bars. I would have bought one. And then right across the street was a mom with her daughter, and they had a little car, and the car was like it was an older Camry, looked like one of the Camrys from like 15 years ago. It was an older Camry, and they was holding a sign, and they had a sign stuck on the car, and the sign said frozen cups. And I asked myself, I said, now how you selling a frozen cup out that Camry now? Do you got a freezer in there? Or you just got a cooler of ice and you got the frozen cups sitting in the cooler with ice? I'm like, how are you selling frozen cups and I don't see them anywhere? You in the middle of a field with a car. So she had something in there, but I respected that because here's this lady could be sitting and doing nothing, and she out selling frozen cups out of her car. And look at Nurse Mo. Nurse Mo said she bought at 3K and sold at 40K. Yes. Yeah. And see, some of the stuff the Bible say the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. So that cryptocurrency is a lot of it is just scam. A lot of it is just they created it for the wrong reasons. It wasn't created to be like something super legitimate like a dollar. The dollar really ain't legitimate either, but the wealth of the wicked stored up for the righteous. So the Lord told me, hey, get on in here. And I ain't saying literally like the Lord was talking. It just my spirit said, listen, if all these people finna buy into this cryptocurrency because everybody love to be a rebel, I'm finna eat off of it. So I'm gonna put in what I can afford to lose. And I sure enough ate. And so I say that to say you got to pay attention, but you got to do all the research. I'm watching video after video after video. I'm listening to person after person after person. I'm studying it. I'm looking around. I'm learning. I'm becoming immersed in it instead of just jumping in there not knowing anything about it. I got to feel like I understand it to really get into it. And this is the time to where you got to stop being scared. And then when I say stop being scared, I'm not saying invest in cryptocurrency. Your best investment is in yourself. Your best investment is in yourself because anything you do with yourself or for yourself, you can sell that one at a time and then possibly be able to scale it. So you got to invest in yourself. Everything changes when you start investing in you because it's a million different reasons why people buy stuff. So you literally can go on Alibaba and order 100 shirts with a quote on it. Like this right here, consistency. This is what I made for myself. But I could take this shirt and put it on TonyGaskinStore.com and it's gonna sell. Somebody gonna buy it. And this just something that I made for myself. I made 12 of these shirts for me to wear every day to remind me to be consistent. That consistency beats everything else. These ain't for sale. But you can't trademark this word. So you can make your own shirt that say consistency, wear it to church, wear it to school, and have you 10 of them in your trunk. Where you get that shirt from? Out the trunk? $20. You want one? Yeah, give me one. In person, people more likely to buy. Because for one, they don't want to look like they broke. Two, they want to flex on you. Three, they might just want to support. Four, they may actually really love it. So anything you put on, whatever you could do, if you could make a earring, if you could make a headband, if you could make a hat, whatever you could do, you can take it and sell it. Whatever you could do, you could sell it. And you could sell it one by one. Even if you got a book, if you done wrote a book, see, I got all these right here books. I could go downtown. If push come to shove, all these here books is my books. That's all them over there is Make It Work. And all these over here is A Woman's Influence. And I know that look dumb because you supposed to have a bunch of books, but I write books. So I got my books. And the reason why I don't got a bunch of other people's books in here, because right now I don't want none. And then two, I don't want to put a book in here that ain't read because it might have a spirit on it. And I don't want just a bunch of spirits in here because sometimes authors have stuff going on. And I just don't want a bunch of spirits in my office where I work at. So I know where my spirit at. So I got my books in here. But if push comes to shove, I'll take this here book and I could go downtown. I could go to an area and I could walk up to a man and woman with this here book. If push comes to shove now, and I could say, hey, boom, would you like to buy this here book? It's called A Woman's Influence. You know, here's the table of contents. Guess what? A lot of people gonna say no, but it's gonna be enough people to say yeah. I might start at $20. And then if it ain't selling at 20, I'm finna go to 10. But guess what? If I got 1,000 of them, that's $10,000. And so this is what you have to realize. You got to create something. You got to have something. Same with this here t-shirt. I go walk around the mall for an hour. And I'll be walking slow enough to get a question. I go to the high rise and ride the elevator. And be in the elevator with people. And you in the elevator. Oh, where you get that shirt from? Oh, actually, you look like a medium. Actually, got one right here in my backpack. They number $10. You want one? Yeah, you got Venmo, you got Cash Out. Yeah. Venmo, Cash Out, Zelle, whatever you got, I got. $10. Just like that. See, we sold, and this is what I try to tell y'all is that it's programming being done. And when I try to help you, think about this, is you got to remember God didn't create a school. God didn't create elementary or middle school or high school or a university. Who created school was the business owners. Because the business owner said, listen, I done made this business for my country, but y'all dumb. So I need you to learn how to read and write so that when I hire you for my company, you got some kind of sense. I also need somewhere for my kids to be while I'm up here to the business. So the business owners made the school. And they made the school to program you to be systematic so that you know to show up at this certain time. If you're not here at this time, you're going to get a tardy. If you get X amount of tardies, you're going to get suspended. If you keep getting tardies, you're going to be expelled. The same thing work at school, the same thing happen at your job. If you miss X amount of days of school, you cannot pass that grade. You cannot graduate. The same thing is set up in school is the same thing at your job. If you missing all these days at work, you cannot be paid. Eventually, you will not have a job. So the school system is set up for you to go into the workplace. And we become so programmed, we become like a rat in a maze. And we don't know how to deprogram and then reprogram. And so when you have a recession and you going through, now you stuck because your job go to laying off. I just read Coinbase, who is one of the leading cryptocurrency markets, is laying off a lot of their workers. So now here you have prices of gas and groceries going up. But now these people who working at Coinbase out of a job. So how that work? So if they have not started something that they cannot be fired from, then they stuck like Chuck. And so that's why I say that if you got a job right now, you still need to be working on that your brand, to where you are creating something that you cannot be fired from. So that if push comes to shove, you done got legs up under your business so that you can make a living if your job go through layoffs. Because when you work for somebody else, like my quote say, if you don't build your dream, someone will hire you to help them build theirs. So when you working for somebody else, you never know when is going to be your last day, because they got bills to pay, they got overhead. So if things start to go bad for them in a recession, they can't afford to pay you. If you've been sitting comfortable because you had the job for 20 years, and my first assistant told me he wanted to be an entrepreneur because he watched his dad slave for a company for 20 years, and then his dad got laid off and had nothing else. And he said, I don't want that to happen to me. And so I say that to say, but guess what? He had 2 college degrees, or he had a college degree and 2 master's degree. AT, when you're going back and forth, close the door or push it closed, because the light's on, so all the bugs flying in here. And so 15-year-olds, you got to teach them a little everything about life. Got to teach them all the little stuff about life that you don't even think no matter. He got a light on right there and got my door wide open, but there ain't no light outside. So all the bugs, it's dark right there at the door, but it's light in here, so all the bugs just coming in here like the plague on Egypt. And so, but guess what? Because he had got a bachelor's and then got a master's in 2 different things, when he came to work for me, he could not think outside of the box. So when I gave him a task and I said, hey, I need to get some sponsorship deals. So can you make me a media kit? He worked for me for 4 months and never produced a media kit, because it was something that would require some thinking, some resources, some research. He would have to Google, what is a media kit? Then have to Google how to make a media kit. Then we have to Google, what elements do you put in a media kit? So what he would have found is you put a bio, you put social media stats, you use some pictures, you use some logos from any media that was done, and You get it put on a document, graphically designed, keep it simple, save it as a PDF, and then you send it to companies. And he never produced a media kit in 4 months of working for me. But if I told him something that did not require any critical thinking, he could perform the job of 15 out of 10. But if I gave him something that would require a little bit of resourcefulness, he was a 0 out of 10. And so, but now my assistant, who she was an office assistant, and she hired me for coaching, and I always ask, what's your occupation in my onboarding? And she said she's an office assistant. So I was looking for an assistant. I offered her the job. A couple weeks later, she said, hey, is the job still open? I would like to take the job. I put in my 2 weeks on my job because she was having to go into the office 40 hours a week. And she told me what she paid. I offered her $30 more a week than what she was being paid. So I offered her a raise basically, but she could work from home. And I don't have 40 hours a week for her to do. So she might be working 5 hours a week. But the job, I told her, is all over the place. So today she having my screen repair people set an appointment to come out for my screen and my pool, over my pool. And we done did that 2 or 3 or 4 other times. And at the same time, she getting me an NFT made. And so she have to research and learn how to use a website like Upwork. And she's essentially a virtual assistant. I've never met her in person, never seen her in person. But because she invested in herself and she hired me for coaching, and she's an office assistant, so what she get paid in a week costs for 1 hour of work with me. So what that said to me about her is that she loves herself. She will bet on herself. She will invest in herself. And she didn't ask me for anything, but what we was talking about, which was her relationship, and that told me everything I need to know about her. And so I offer her the job. Now, if you get the lesson, you understand that when you invest in yourself, when you sow a seed, eventually it's going to be a harvest. And that investment, I'm not just talking about money. I'm saying if you walk 30 minutes a day and you sacrifice on your meal plan and you eat right, you're going to trim your body down. You trimming your body down might attract your spouse. It might have your boss offer you a raise or a promotion because now you're more presentable and they can send you out and they can have you running board meetings because now your physique look better. Now you represent the company better. You investing in your hair, your skin, your nails, your teeth. Now you're more presentable. That's an investment. You sowing a seed, you gonna reap a harvest. And this is what we don't understand. We want something for nothing. And so when she did that, and then I told her, I say, listen, you got to be a utility person because I need like an executive assistant. So I may need you to look up flights, look up hotels, send me the top 10 date night ideas in my city. So her job ranged from getting an NFT made for me to getting t-shirts designed to helping some of my clients get their book edited or get their book cover made. She just got a book cover made for one of my clients off of Fiverr. So she had to go learn how to use Fiverr. She had to go learn how to use Upwork. She had to go learn how to use Canva. She create the quote cards that I post. The reels I've been posting on my Instagram, she making those. She got to Google Tony Gaskins quotes, compile my quotes, then go in Canva, get a template, put my quote on the template, save the video, email me the video so that I could post it that next day. And so, and she on top of it, and she stay on top of it, she work, and guess what? She work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I don't hear nothing from her on Saturday and Sunday. So she ain't overworking herself. She ain't trying to be overzealous. She not faking the funk. So what that makes me do is that make me respect her as a person, as a human, and as a woman. Because if she had a spirit on her, she'll be at my every beck and call 24/7 trying to suck up. But she say, no, I gotta have a quality of life. So when I send her an email on Saturday, I don't hear from her till Monday. And so these are little things about having your heart pure, having your life in order, having your mentality right, investing in yourself, thinking outside the box. And I say, listen, you working for me, but I got other clients who are high earners and they don't have an assistant. So you can be a virtual assistant, and what you're doing for me, you could do this for 2 or 3 other people. So if I'm paying you $450, I know she probably working 5 hours a week. So if I'm paying $450 every Friday, you add 2 more people that you working for me. If they spirit right, now if I send them to you, they spirit got to be right, because they gonna have to deal with me because I'm referring them to you. So now you got 3 people. You working 15 hours a week. You making $1,200, $1,350 a week. You make way more than a school teacher. And you working 15 hours a week. Now she not ready for that yet because she new to it, which I like that, because she say, I'm not gonna bite off more than I could chew. I'm not motivated by greed. I'm not motivated by money. I want to master what I'm doing. And then when I get comfortable and I feel like I really got this, then okay, Tony, I could help a couple of your other high earning clients or students from the academy, because it's students in Tony Gasson's academy and clients of mine that earn high 6 figures, and they do what I do or something similar to what I do or something totally different, but she not taking this on. She not gonna take on nobody else until she feel like she got this all the way under control. So when I offer her another client, she was like, no, I'm good with the work that I have. I'm good doing this. And it might be a sweet job. And then I also told her, I say, listen, I trust God. Like, it's gonna come a day to where this $450 a week might not be enough for you. So whether you want to add on clients or whether you want to go and get a different job, I'm gonna be cool with it, because I work by myself, my whole brand. So I can work alone. I don't need an assistant. It make life a little easier, but I don't need an assistant. And so I let her know that, like, don't ever feel pigeonholed, don't ever feel trapped. But we have to stretch our mind, and we got to work on ourselves and invest in ourselves and believe in ourselves, because when you take that step, things happen. You take that step, things happen because you get in position. You take one step, God gonna take 2. So when you go to that conference, you don't know who you're gonna meet. You get in that course, you don't know what you're gonna learn. You do that therapy session or coaching session, you don't know what's gonna come from that. Who you gonna meet? It's a young man, he building a company right now. He building this company. I done invested in the company, but the whole company come about because he hired me for coaching. And after the 3rd session, we was talking, and I was like, man, I want to start a company that's kind of like a black-owned media company. He was like, man, that's dope. That would be pretty cool, man. You ought to do that. I said, well, I just don't have the bandwidth to run it, because I'm doing several other things. And he was like, well, man, if there's any way I can help you, I will. He was 24 years old at the time. I think now he's 25. So he took that on. And I gave him equity in the company. I had to teach him life lessons, because I'm like, listen, for one, this is my idea. 2, I done built my brand. So how we gonna be 50-50? That don't make no sense. So I gave him 25%. He started building the company. I'm providing the people, the audience, but he running everything. He doing all the work. So after a little while, I say, listen, you doing all the work. I don't feel comfortable having 75% equity. And I got a lot of other stuff going on right now. And now this done got legs. I really see this as just a blessing from God to you, because you invested in yourself. And as a young man, 24 years old, you was paying $300 an hour for coaching. So I feel like this kind of like your blessing. So I'm going to relinquish my equity and turn it over to you. And he was like, well, no, can you just go down to 10%? But stay in the company so I could use your face and your name, your likeness on the pitch deck as I'm trying to raise money. And now he's revamped the company, totally redone the company, doing something totally different. Now he moved to another country with his girlfriend, got into an incubator, working on some grants, and all off of him making an investment, he found something that has given him purpose. He made an investment for a coaching session, but he didn't just do one, he did 3. And this came about after the 3rd session. And then it was cool because he's a young man, got a girlfriend. I booked us a cabin in the mountains in Georgia to brainstorm on the company for a week. And so now here he come into this situation from investing into himself. Now he getting a free vacation, brought his girlfriend along, put his homegirl along because she's a chef. So I hired her. She had a room at the cabin and she cooked our meals. And my other mentee, he came up with us. And he asked me to mentor him, and he's serving and helping me. He had a girlfriend at the time in Georgia, so he was able to go visit his girlfriend, free trip to visit his girlfriend. So both of these young men that I'm mentoring, they getting blessed because they stepped out of their comfort zone and they got in position, and then it was added unto them. And so you have to remember, according to your faith, be it unto you. So you got to start in this season believing in yourself. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to use your gift. And I'm going to tell you, the gift a lot of time is overlooked, is ignored because it comes so easy. And I do this all the time with myself as well. Try to do stuff that's going to be a challenge and do all this other stuff. And this other stuff is a distraction. But your gift sitting right there, but it comes so easy, it bores you. It's boring to you because you've been sewing clothes since you was 4 years old. But do you realize my tailor, which is my wife found this tailor, this man only accept cash. But he know how to, you come in there and you want this right here, shirt, this shirt fit like this right here. You want this shirt to fit like this here. He take and pull it right there. He take and pull it like this here. Then he take and stick a pin in there. He stick that little pin in there. And then you got to squeeze out of it. But he got that pin in there. And then I don't know how to tailor, so I don't know what he's doing. But I think what he's doing is unstitching this right here, and then bringing it together, and then stitching it back. And now your clothes fit how you want it to fit. And when my wife go in there, my wife, sometimes she might spend $200-300 a week getting clothes tailored in a month, where she getting clothes or whatever, and she get our son's clothes tailored, my clothes tailored, her clothes tailored. So we ain't wearing, and then this man, he only accept cash, and he barely speak English. He don't speak a lot of English now. And so it was an older man in there talking to him, and the man was using too many words. He couldn't really communicate with the man, but my wife go up there all the time. So my wife said it in more simple words and he could understand it. And I'm like, so I'm looking at my wife bill, but she take a lot of stuff up there. But I'm like, this man only taking cash. So if he make $1,000 in a week, he not from America. How do I know he finna tell Uncle Sam he made 1,000? He might tell Uncle Sam he made 200. But his gift made room for him. But somebody will be sitting at home stitching in their sleep, making their son and daughter clothes, but won't think to make the clothes for the other people they know. And this what the thing is, you sitting on gifts. You sitting on gifts. Some of y'all ain't got no dust on your floor. You ain't got no dust on your floor because you hate dust, you hate dirt, and everything got to be organized. But guess what? Your next door neighbor is too lazy. Your next door neighbor is too lazy to clean their house. So you could clean like this. You a whippersnapper. When it comes to that cleaning, you clean a whole room in 30 minutes. It take them 3 hours. But if they could earn $50 an hour, that's $150 that they lose if they clean their room. But if you charge $30 a room, now they finna give you that $30. They got 3 bedrooms. You get $90. They gonna tip you. You got $100. $100 a week. Just like that. But you sitting on the gift. You sitting on the gift. So it's in this season right here. This is why God gave every single human a God-given gift. So that you don't have to depend on just the economy, or you don't have to depend on just a job. You got a gift. And the gift is sitting there staring you in the face. And a lot of times we think a gift is a skill. But a skill is something you can go and learn. A gift is something you do naturally, or you got a natural knack at it. So if you could listen, if I've been on here 81 minutes, who been on here this whole time? If you've been on here the whole time, put me in the comments. If you've been on here for at least 70 minutes, 75 minutes. So Acacia Morgan, she have, because I saw her name on there. DR, Lisa, Maxine, Rashida. So listen, all of these people right here who put me, they have a gift of listening. They got a gift of listening. Everybody can't listen. That's why when you look at how many people on here, you'll see the number change. You'll see the number change all the time because everybody can't listen for a long time. So if you could listen for a long time, that's a gift. Because some people, when they listen, they got ADHD or ADD or whoever D. They got one of the D's, so they can't listen a long time. If they listen a long time, it's like cymbals clanging. They booty go to itching, their elbows start hurting, their head start ringing. They got to get up and move. I got to go. And so that's not their gift. But if you could sit here and listen, guess what? You could be a life coach. You could be a life coach. Because a life coach listens. That's what a life coach does. So you know how you can help everybody. And see, this is the thing. But see, you'll take the certification and you'll get on mymentor.life and then you'll just stop. You'll stop right there. You can't stop right there. You can't stop right there. After that, what you got to do is you got to go, and after that, what you got to do is you got to go to Fiverr. You got to go to Fiverr, and you got to get you go to Fiverr, FIVERR.com. You go to Fiverr, and you type in business card design. All these people gonna pop up. They starting price is $5. So now you click on that $5 person. If you want to spend 20, you spend 20. And you take a picture of a business card. You see, this is a business card right here. You take a picture of the business card that you like. You upload it to them. You give them your name, your email address. You could type the link to your mymentor.life or your website if you got your own website. And you get them that information. They're going to charge you that $5. They send you your design. You got a front. This ain't got no back on it because this is a corporate business card. It's not an individual person. It's work for a corporation. This is an electric company. And so you can do the front and do the back. They send you your design. Now you get your design. You go to Google and you type in cheap business card printing. And then somebody gonna pop up right here at gotprint.com, 500 business cards for $8.50. Vista gonna have they behind on here somewhere. Vista Print. They on here. They ain't spending ad money no more because they got so much business. They just on the homepage of Google. I done use Vista Print. So you go to vistaprint.com and now you upload your file, make your account, you upload your file, 100 cards from $17. And right here on Vistaprint, it's showing you all the cards. Now, if you ain't want to get no design, you could come on here and use their design. So you come on here and use their design, and now you put your information on there. They're going to mail you your cards in about a week or two. Now you take your cards. You love to listen. So your card got a slogan on it that say, a listening ear. You do the talking, I do the listening. Life coaching services. That's what your card say. So now you take that card and you go to the mall. You go downtown. You go on Eventbrite. You go on eventbrite.com. When you go on eventbrite.com, it's going to bring up your location. So in your location, it's finna show you all of the events. We got a Juneteenth festival right here, starting at $10. Got an endless night vampire ball starting at $23. You don't want to be out there at night now trying to talk over the music. Got a rides by the river, crown the empire, cocktails and conversations. All these events going on in my area. And $10, this one right here, biggest birthday bash at this place is free. It's at a water park. So now you reserve you a ticket for the events that stick out to you. If you got a savings or you got a credit card or you got a self-investment fund, for these first events right here, I'm at $33, $53, $58, $68, $73. For all 7 of these events, it will cost me what I said, $72 or $73 to go to. I go to all these events and I got my business cards on me. So now I'm dressed nice. And listen, I done made an investment in my hair. I done made an investment in my face. I done made an investment in my mouth. I'm looking good. Okay, I got me some good, smell good on. I got me a nice outfit on. If you don't know how to dress, follow a stylist. And you go out there and have your mask on. Me, I'm finna come with it. I need you to see these teeth I done paid for. I done paid for these braces. I ain't wearing no mask right now. So listen, I'm covered with the blood of Jesus. I'm putting my olive oil on. I ain't shaking. I'm taking chances. But I'm putting this card in everybody's hand. And I ain't just going out there willy-nilly just passing it out. I'm striking up conversation. I might meet one person. Because I got out of my way. I got out there. I took that step. So I get out there. I'm there now. And now God got a blessing for me because I got out my comfort zone. So I meet one person. This person owned a tech company, a startup downtown, and they got 10 employees. The business is working off of funding, but they ain't really balling out of control. They say, oh, you a life coach? Your card say morale coaching, life coaching, such and such. And so now you go, they say, well, hey, how much would you charge? Could my company put you on retainer? Because we just raised $10 million. Can my company put you on retainer to where you come in every Monday and you're there a whole day? We put you up in one of our offices And my 10 staff can book a 30-minute session with you. It's three hours worth of work for you. And, but you can stay there just in case it runs over. And, what would you say? Like 500 a week? And you come and do that every Monday? And how much per session? Because, and so like, what is a morale coach? And you tell them like, listen, I ask very pointed questions that lead my clients down a path of self-discovery. I'm not preaching at them. I'm helping them solve their own problems, and I'm just a listening ear and a guide. And so just like that, boom, that happened. So now you done struck up you a deal. And see, but you got to get out your comfort zone. And the reason why I'm telling you, I ain't just telling you, I ain't just pulling nothing out the air. This happened for me. I went back to my old school. And I said, hey, entrepreneurship is a thing. And school is teaching the opposite. Can I teach my entrepreneurship with purpose class? And they said, sure, Tony, you could do that. What day you want to teach that? I say, well, whatever day you give me, whatever time you give me. They say, well, Tony, what do you think about Thursdays at 11 a.m. or 10 a.m.? I said, okay, cool. They said, how long is the class? I said, well, it has 6 sections in it, so it'll be 6 weeks. I teach a lesson and I open up for Q&A. I'm doing it for free. I just want to sow. I went in there, I did that, and then guess what? They had 12 students who wanted to be a part of it. So they get out of their class that they in and they come into my classroom, and I'm teaching them my entrepreneurship with purpose course that you have taken on TonyGassinsAcademy.com. If you haven't taken it, go ahead and take it so you can see the outline of the course and how this is and what I was teaching these kids. And so I'm teaching these kids, right? Let me tell you what happened now. I'm doing this for free. I get out of my comfort zone. I go in there. One of the young ladies, she learned on the part where we talked about starting a nonprofit company and how you could be paid from your nonprofit, because you could be on salary with your nonprofit. Nonprofit don't mean you don't get paid. It means that your company is not taking a profit. You utilizing the money that is being raised, or you keeping it in account, but all the money is going to something. It's not considered profit. So it's going to salary, it's going to operations, and that's why I call it nonprofit or not for profit. But you could be on salary as the executive director. And so when she heard about that, she told her mom, I want to work one-on-one with Tony to start developing my nonprofit organization. Her mom reached out to the principal, said, who is this guy that's teaching this class? My daughter loves it. Can you connect me? They connected me with her. The mom said, well, do you do one-on-one sessions? I said, yes, I do. For under 18, it's $200 an hour. For adults, it's $300 an hour. She said, how long you think it'll take for y'all to develop this company? I said, it'll take us about 12 sessions. She said, okay, 12 times 200 is 2,400. I'll write you a check. So here I am doing this for free for the school, but then that turned into a $2,400 client. Now, the next year, the school had some knuckleheads that was acting up. So they called me and say, Tony, we need you. I said, well, what you need help with? They said, we need you to talk to the 11th grade boys because they kind of causing a lot of issues. I said, okay, cool. So what does this look like? They said, well, you tell us. And I say, well, I think I should do individual sessions, 20-minute sessions with all the boys in the grade. It's a private school, so it's not a lot of boys, probably 20 of them. And they said, okay, cool. Well, how much you going to charge for that? I said, well, you tell me what your budget is. If I could come 2 days a week and I could be there 4 hours each day. They came back to me and they say, Tony, we could pay you $3,000 a month. And so 8 hours a week, 2 days a week, 4 hours each day, every week, $3,000 a month. I said to a school teacher, I was like, I know y'all make like, $3,000 a month. She was like, well, who make 3,000? I was like, school teachers. She was like, not in my district. We don't make $3,000 a month. And I'm like, whoa. So I'm like, I'm mentoring students 8 hours a week. A teacher is there 40 hours a week. And I'm getting $3,000 a month. I don't have a college degree. And a teacher got a college degree. Some of them got a master. I'm like, I'm being paid more than a school teacher. Way more than a school teacher because I'm only there 8 hours. She there 40 or he there 40. And so now she was in a bad district, in different districts, and it's the state of Florida. But still, I was like, I'm thinking every teacher make at least $3,000 a month. I'm like, that's a hard job. So you see what I'm saying? I got out of my comfort zone. I did something and it reaped the reward. But then guess what? One of the students in the class went on to college to play soccer in Iowa. He joined the diversity club. They say, hey, we want to do this event. We want to bring in a speaker. He said, hey, I think you ought to bring in this guy named Tony Gaskins. Because they said, do you know a successful black male? Any of y'all recommend a successful black male? He said, I know one guy, Tony Gaskins. Out of all the people he'd have met, he remembered me. So the school emailed me. Hey, we emailed him from such and such university. One of our students told us your name. I met him from the free class that I taught at his high school when he was a sophomore or a junior. All them years passed, he went to college and spoke my name in a room that I wasn't in. And then they came and offered me a speaking engagement. But it's it's a university, not that big. They probably got a little money. But at the same time, I'm earning on a different level. So I told them, don't worry about the money. I don't need the money. I'm going to just come up there and speak into the kids' life. Now, guess what? I don't know, out of the 50 to 100 students that was in there, I don't know which one of them going to start a company in 5 years and say, hey, do you still do morale coaching or whatever coaching? Because I got a tech company and we just raised $40 million and we looking for a morale coach or somebody to create a course that all of our employees can go through, and we'll license this course from you for $10,000 a year. See, that's the kind of stuff that happen when you get out your way. When you get and see, so now when Lisa got the body butter, what Lisa could take and do is Lisa could go to all of the independent owned boutiques, all of the independent bookstores, all of the independent companies that sell whatever kind of stuff, and she could get on Alibaba, buy her stands, order her some stands that they put the logo on the side, got the cutout with the logo. Order her some stands. She's gonna pay $5, $10 per stand. Order 10 of them, 20 of them. They get shipped over from China. She go into the store, say, hey, I done create these body butters. She take that sticker. She could get her some designs, keep getting the design better and better off of Fiverr. Get the design printed out on the stickers. She could take and go to Alibaba and get the bottles upgraded, updated. She could keep finding the next greatest bottle, best looking bottle. And then now she got the bottle, she got the sticker. Then she on Alibaba, she could get it to where it's the bottle and the thing is etched in there, engraved in there. And she got the stand. And she going from store to store. They let her set up a stand. They're selling $10 a bottle. And the store get $2 or $3. She get the other 6 or 7. And she gonna get some no's and she gonna get some yeses. But one of the store owners gonna say, hey, I own this store, but I own 4 other stores. And I also got stores and such and such. But also, are you looking for a business partner? Because I know a manufacturer to where we can get this mass produced, and I gotta end with Target. And with such and such, because I used to have a line like this. And so I got clients who they started making hair oil in their kitchen. And now they company grossing $50 million a year. And it went from the kitchen to now when you go in Walgreens, there's hair oil in there. And then there's more products. You go into Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Walmart, they have oil in there. That started in the kitchen. And see, this is the thing. We afraid to step out the box. We're afraid to take a chance on ourselves. But you just got to put one foot in front of the other. And you ain't got to go in with no big expectations and expecting stuff to happen overnight. You just putting one foot in front of the other. And you thinking outside the box. And you doing what you call to do. Hey, the spirit just left the room because I got a boxing match coming on right now. And I hope I ain't missing it. And I done been on here talking an hour and 40 minutes. I'm planning to be on here 30 minutes. But I'm going to say this and just hoping y'all could watch this back and go ahead and create you something now. Create you something now. It could be socks. You could order custom socks off Alibaba. It could be hats. It could be retainers. It could be anything. It could be toenail clippers. It could be mugs. Create you something. Do you something. And get you a little bit of insight. Just all this right here I just gave you, this just general. I ain't talking to any one person. Now, if I was talking to an individual and I'm keying in on their business and I'm giving them insight and ideas, you take what you need, discard what you don't. But sometimes you got to have somebody on the outside looking in as a consumer telling you this what can work, this what can work, this what can work, and then you chew the meat, spit out the bones, and you go ahead and develop. And so this what I'm doing for myself, and this what I'm helping my clients do. And you got to just believe in yourself, and you got to get on out there. So now listen, my sessions, because I only do 4 a week, they booked out until I seen somebody book to September. But after about next Friday, I'm gonna close them because they're booking out. So I'm gonna close them because no sense in having it open. So make sure you go on mymentor.life. If you now you're gonna have to get started on your own now because the session booked out right now. But on the phone it don't let me type nothing. Will it let me type something? No, it ain't gonna let me type nothing. I was gonna put my link in there. I'll put the link in the description. Caramel Kids put it in there. Shout out to the moderators. Thank y'all for helping out and posting and all of that. But even if you go on mymentor.life and you click on hire a coach, I'm the second coach on there. So you'll see me on there. And if you need help with your business plan, with your idea, and identifying your gift. If you need help identifying your gift for a business concept, business idea, I'll help you with it. This is what I do, and this is what I do for myself. And the God be the glory. But I feel like we all need something. And I don't judge. Everybody ain't got to be no life coach. Everybody don't have to be an author. You literally could be selling phone cases. And it just could have a saying on there. And you could be selling them one by one outside the mall until they kick you off the premises at your job. Like, it don't matter, but have you something that you cannot be fired from. So that if things change on your end, you got something to fall back on. So listen, I got the YouTube course on there for you. I got the Entrepreneurship with Purpose course on there. I got the Social Media Mastery course on there. Got the Birth Your Book course on there. N is no excuse. I got the Streams of Income course on there. So any help you need, everything I know, I put it into a course. So it's no excuse. It's out there. So use the coupon code BLESSED, and that's going to give you 50% off your courses. You got to buy one at a time. Ain't no add to the cart because the site was built for one course. They ain't think, the people who built the site, they ain't think somebody going to come in there like me and do 25 courses. So they set it up to where you can only buy one course at a time because they ain't think people's going to have multiple courses. They ain't know who they were dealing with. I got over 25 courses on TonyGassacademy.com because I'm giving you the blueprint, and they cheap. I seen some boys out here charging $2,500 for courses, $3,500 for courses, and they ain't done 10% of what I'd have done in the business world. But it's price gouging, and they doing it for greed. I charge the absolute least that my spirit will let me charge, and that's why the Streams of Income course is $10. And so, listen, get on there. Use the coupon code BLESS. Gonna give you 50% off. So that, of course, might be $5. If you forget to put the code in, that means you too blessed to remember. That means you doing so good. You forgot about the code. Do not write in, ask for no adjustment or refund now. Count the blessing. You got to shift your mindset, and you got to be able to say, Lord, thank you that I'm so blessed I forgot to put the code in, because I can't do refunds because it tells the payment processor I'm selling fraudulent product, and they're going to flag me, and then they also charge me. Now, if you scared to write in, but you really want your couple dollars back, just write in. I'm gonna give you the refund. Cause when y'all call the bank line, they deduct the money from me and they charge me a $15 fee for somebody else's mistake. I say I got to pay $15 because they asked for a refund because they forgot to put the code in. So I'm like, so if 1,000 people do this, that's $15,000 I done had to pay. I say, well, I'm about to do like the tailor, Mr. Kim, and go to cash only. Hey, cash at me for the course. Cash at me and put your name and email, and I'm gonna add you to the system. Can't buy the course unless you cash at me. I'm gonna turn my computer on. Hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon. I'm gonna put in the description what I said, you know, the coupon code and the site and all that. But God bless you. And y'all go to the community page and check out Lisa's site, Glow Butters.